grab your wine and let's chat, ladies. Hello, besties.
Hi, besties. Welcome back.
As always, we are so glad that you guys are here with us again. We are enjoying this whole thing. We are rocking and rolling, and today we are back with episode 6, Red Flags. And in case you have missed anything, we really want you guys to go back, listen to some more episodes, because we want you guys to know everything.
Yes, guys. We want you guys to know everything. And that's really crazy that you said we are already on episode 6. Like, oh my God. We have talked about all types of things so far, guys. And it just seems like we have been doing this for such a long time, even though it's super fresh. Like, we have talked about relationships. We have talked about overpowering insecurities. We have talked about facing challenges. We have gave you guys introductory episodes and just, letting you guys get a feel for who we are, how we think, and just like how we are choosing to navigate this life and this journey that we are on. So It's really exciting.
I feel like one of my favorite episodes was Girl Code 101, and that was like our last episode. Like, I feel like I don't even know how to describe it, but Girl Code is my thing. Like, I like Girl Code.
Yeah, back into that empowering one another.
Yes. As always, we want you guys to feel at home, feel safe, feel like you are part of this environment. Where I know we're talking to each other right now, but you are here. If you can always like, comment, send us anything on the DMs, whatever it is, like, communicate with us. We really enjoy it. As always, grab your glass of wine or your coffee if it's the morning time, and let's chat. Before we get into our topic today, red flags, we need to talk about our beach trip. Like, let's tell them what we did.
Okay, guys, so I went to Houston this past weekend to visit Des. I kind of needed like a breather, a break. So it's always nice to go see my bestie. And so we went to the beach, and it was it was a really chill weekend. Like, I got in on Friday. We went to dinner and kind of just like chilled and watched Netflix or whatever. And then after Saturday, we got up, we went to the nail salon, got my nails done, got our pedicures.
She's gonna move to Texas because of the nail salons. Let me just tell you
that.
They
were massaging my back, and I'm thinking, like, sometimes they like do a little extra, and you just like, you kind of like get that vibe like they want a tip. At first, I was like maybe she wants a tip, so that's fine. But like, I was like, okay, she's massaging my back, but then I see that they did yours, and I was like, okay, this is part of the experience. So I might be ready when I need a refill. But yeah, we went to the nail salon early that morning. We went eat, right? Yeah. And then we headed to the beach. Yeah. And how was our time on the beach?
It was good. I feel like it was very relaxing. Like, many of you know, like, Galveston Beach isn't like a Miami beach where the water is like beautiful or anything, but it was a nice time. Like, I feel like that was our first solo trip, and I don't know, like, maybe ever, I don't know. Like, I feel like we always have somebody with us, like, either whether it's like other friends or like spouses or whatever, like, somebody's always with us.
Yeah,
it definitely was like our first like solo beach trip, I think. So it was nice. I don't know.
It really was our solo trip.
Solo, yeah. Yes. It was really nice. I don't know. It's always good times, good energy. And then, so that was Saturday. Yeah, that was Saturday. We went eat and everything. And then Sunday, as always, no matter how much fun we had Saturday or how much we had to drink, we always get up to go to church. So we did go to church. She came to Faith Family with me for the first time. How did you enjoy it?
I really like Faith Family. It was an enjoyable experience. I love the pastor. Like, he is so hilarious to me. But his message it was like right on time. And like even in the past,
Mm-hmm.
you send me videos of his. Like, I just love his energy, and I love how his message is just so straightforward, and I feel like anyone can receive it. Like,
Yes.
but yeah, so Sunday he was just talking about things that fit, and he was talking about it specifically in regards to relationships and how you
Yes.
need certain relationships, and you really need to hold close to you certain relationships. And he talked about Samuel, Jonathan, and Nathan, and just how they were great friends when it comes to like being honest, always
Mm-hmm.
seeing potential in your friends. And then what was that third point that he made?
Making sure they're telling the truth. I remember he's saying like, oh, and
Yeah.
showing your potential, like pushing you, those friends that push you to do your best and pull you out of your comfort zones and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, and then
Um,
also friends that are help your spirituality, like
yes, yes,
help you in your relationship with God for us. So just like having those people that see things in you sometimes when you can't see them in yourself. And then like that's so crazy that we went to church and we got that message, because I feel like me and Des have been like conversating about that the entire weekend, and
yes.
just having like that open, transparent conversation. And then we go to church and it was like we looking at each other like, like
Like
wait,
full circle.
it was like completely full circle. So it's only right that today we talk to you guys about red flags, because it's good to have those people that we are describing, but at the same time you need to be able to know like when there's a red flag and it's like like chuck the
Mm.
deuces, I have to go, this isn't serving me, this isn't working for me. They're like, this is literally not helping me be the best version of myself. And that's important with your relationships. And I feel like we keep keening in on relationships because that is like, I don't, it's so like vital when it comes
It's
to,
fundamental. Yeah.
yeah, like when it comes to just your growth and just your life in general and the trajectory, like, you know,
Hmm.
yeah. So
No,
that's
I
what's going to be
agree.
talking.
I'm excited for the topic. Because all relationships, we have a lot of relationships in our lives, but not all of them make our lives better. And just like you
Yeah.
said, some just are not good for us. They damage our well-being, and instead of making it better, so like they can become very toxic. So I think early on, if we recognize those red flags, we'll be able to like pinpoint them and then leave those toxic relationships so we don't have them in general. And I feel like in this like series of us talking, it's just for you to become aware of these red flags. If you experience any of these in your relationships in life, you'll be aware of them, and then you can find ways to get out of the relationships or make those relationships better. So I think what we're gonna just do is go over some common ones and discuss, how we feel about them, what are our viewpoints on it, and as always, we'll keep it transparent as possible. Like again, this is our viewpoints. You may or may not agree, but we have learned to agree to disagree. And if you have a different viewpoint, like let us know, and like we would love to talk about it.
Yeah.
So as always, let's get into the red flags, sis, because they got a lot of them. Um, So, how do you feel about red flag number one, which
Yeah.
is the relationship feels one sided?
Um,
Red flag or not, first of all, I think
yeah,
it's a
red
red
flag or
flag.
not, I think it's a red flag.
It's
I think
definitely
it's
a
a
red
red
flag.
flag because a relationship takes at least two people.
Too. Yeah.
Um, it's not just one. You feel me? It's two people, and we both have to pull weight. And not saying that a relationship, like, so, okay, if just all the time the relationship is one sided, meaning you're giving a substantial amount of effort in whatever
Hmm.
you're doing, your actions, just showing this person that you care about them, and they are literally not giving you anything back, then that should be uh like the biggest statement to you that they do not really care about your
Yeah.
prayer. Like they don't care about your presence.
Yes.
Yeah. How do you feel?
I agree. I feel like relationships takes two people, like you said earlier, and like I told you like a few episodes ago, but you already know this. Like I believe all relationships you should be putting 100, like no 50-50, hundred
Yeah.
hundred. Like you put your all into it, and I put my all into it. And if they're only giving me half, or like not even putting in what I'm putting in, that's a red flag. Like this friendship or relationship will not work if we don't both put our all into it. And so if I'm constantly doing things for you and I know that you aren't doing it for me, like it's a red flag that you will never do it for me. Like you won't learn to do it. It's just not going to happen. Like, and that's what I agree.
Yeah. Literally, like the relationship will sink, or that person that is not putting in the effort is literally just taking advantage of
Yes.
you. Like
Yes.
they enjoy or they know that you're going to do X, Y, and Z all the time, no matter
Right.
how they show up. And it's cool because you clearly don't know your worth, right? Because that's like
Mm-hmm.
that you give off. So you have to also watch like the messages that you give off by like overextending yourself. Because a lot of
Right.
times people think like that, and I had to start like thinking like that. Like, what is this telling this person if I'm constantly, you know, like,
Yes.
yeah, it's telling them that I feel like my time is just like you know what I'm saying? It's like you're worthy of my time, but no, you have to like become worthy of my time.
And like, we talked about this kind of literally this weekend, how you want to like everything to be reciprocated to you. Like if you can't reciprocate that to me, then that's a red flag. Like you will always be using me or using whatever I have. Um, and you're not really for me. You're not a friend to me or whatever it is.
Or whatever it is. So yeah, one-sided relationships, I think 100% is a red flag because there's too much of an imbalance, and that's not good. Like,
Yes. Or like usually if say for instance, I'm always the one that's calling you, not you, but like in general, like I'm always the friend that's calling you. You never call me to check up on me, or you never do anything like in return. Like that's one sided, and I don't like it. Like it has to be an equal thing.
okay, so how do you feel about? Because I've had this told to me quite recently, and I hope I'm not stepping on toes for like mentioning this, but of course I won't mention names. But I had this told to me recently where like I was like calling a friend, and it was like they finally answered, and I was like, "Yo, like I've been trying to check on you, or like just trying to like see face. I'm big on that. Like I'm like, bro, I'm just trying to see face. Like, what's up? What's
Uh huh.
good? Like, whatever." And their response was that they are not a high maintenance friend, so they don't need to um basically like always check in or always like be around. And I'm like, my response was, okay, I hear what you're trying to say, and then I just left it at that. But it did like kind of like rub me kind of the wrong way but I do hear people say that, like, you feel me? I don't
Yeah,
know, like,
I I understand. I feel like I'm not a high maintenance friend. Like you don't have to go above and beyond to be my friend. Like I feel like you can naturally just be you, and it's
mhm,
like the best thing ever. But at the end of the day, like we're still gonna check on each other. Like I still check on my family and friends because this world that we live in is so crazy. It's just
right,
like you have to check up on them sometimes. Like,
right.
and I feel like vice versa. Like you have to check up on me, even though I may be living like my best life. I feel like out of
It's
as a
so crazy that you
courtesy.
say it's so crazy that you say that because the response was that I know you're good. Like, I know you're good. I know you're doing good. I know Yasmin's doing what she does. And I'm just like, yeah, actually I am doing pretty good. Like, but I mean, I don't know. Like, I'm, I feel like I need it. Like, I need that
Someone to
exchange because if not, then it's like, okay, I mean, maybe we're just associates. I don't know. Or
Yeah,
just,
I think that's what it is. I think it's like a red flag if you're not checking up on me. And it doesn't have to be an everyday thing.
yeah. Because
Like
some people
some,
you talk to every day and some people you don't.
yeah, but like at least I'm gonna check up on you. But I'm not. I shouldn't check up on you every single time. Like I feel like
Right.
sometimes you should check up on me, and that's just what it is.
That's
Um,
that.
That's how I feel
Yeah,
about it.
I feel you. All right, sis. So this is another one. Do you feel like it's a red flag, or someone who you feel don't respect your boundaries? And this may be, how can I even explain this? Well, let you explain it. Like someone that don't respect your boundaries. First off, do you see it as a red flag? And then secondly, how would you even explain like someone not respecting someone's boundaries? If you had an example.
Yeah. So for me, I think it's red flag automatic, like red flag. And I feel like for me personally, I feel like I set up boundaries around my relationship. If you can't respect my relationship with my husband or every time my fiance, whatever it is, you don't respect me because this is my life. So if you expect me to, I don't know, go out and do all these crazy things like I'm single, that means you don't respect what I have going on.
Ah,
That's a red flag. We can't be friends. And that's how I
ah,
take boundaries. Like, and I'm just using that as an example for me personally, but like any
yeah.
boundaries that you set up that are important to you, if they can't respect that, then it's a red flag for me. But I hold that one close to home because it's like not all my friends have relationships, but all my friends are gonna respect my relationship because they know it's important to me. And if they
Right.
can't respect it, then they're all my friend, you know. So like
Yeah.
we went out, or not even went out, but we went to the beach. But like, there's no question about if you're gonna respect my relationship. You would never make me do anything that I
Right.
didn't want to do, or put me in a position where I felt compromised, or anything like that. But if I had a associate or a friend that tried to put me in that position, I feel like they aren't respecting my boundaries. They know what I can and can't
Yeah.
do, or just what I can and can't tolerate. And so you push me that
Ah,
I I don't like that. But that, like I said, that's my perspective on boundaries. Um, so I think
yeah.
it's a red flag. But what do you think? Like, what are your boundaries, or not even
So
what your boundaries are, but how do you feel
yeah.
about it?
Okay. So I think I didn't used to think that this was like a red flag, right? Until
Hmm.
like I experienced it. And for me, it's a huge red flag now. And it's a red flag like the first time that it occurs. Because it's I it does come off as like super disrespectful. Like for instance, like if I like say that I need, I don't know, an hour or two to myself to like say if like you and I were, we got into a disagreement or whatever like that, and I say like I need an hour or two like to myself, or to like, you know, sit with my
Hmm.
thoughts so that I don't say something that I don't mean. Because I feel like for me, like someone who's a hothead, like I really need that time to like just not say anything. And I know that. Like I
Right,
know
right.
I could just shut my mouth, let my temperature come down.
Calm down.
Oh, I need to be back at ambient temperature, and then I'm able to think better. Right?
Hmm.
I'm able to think better. So if like I'm saying, if I saw like if I request space and you are unwilling to give me space, I feel like no, we're gonna talk about it right now. Like insist, or like just don't want to shut up about it. And it's like I asked you for space. Like you feel me?
Right.
I know why I asked you for space. And yes, we can talk about it because we are adults, right?
Yeah. Right.
But I need that space. I need to sit with myself first. And you get what I'm saying? So that's like one thing for me for sure. And then like another thing is just like it almost like goes with what you said, but it's more so of like just how a boundary of mine is like how I'm handled. Like how you handle me is like a big thing for me, right? Like that's like a
Red
huge thing
flag.
for me. Like you are going to handle me how I deserve to be handled, how I want to be handled. So, and that goes for friendships as well. Like I don't like I hate and I know women do it, but like I really it blows me, bro. Like don't talk to me any type of way. Like don't handle me any type of way. So you know, in a relationship, like just no, no. So that's a red flag. Yeah, like boundaries. You people literally like, because if people really care about you, they're going to handle you the way that you prefer to be handled.
Yes.
Unless it's something super unreasonable. So like for you, Like, I know I'm not gonna ask you. I'm single, and I'm freshly single, so I may want to go somewhere or whatever, and I know, like, I'm not gonna just ask you to like go anywhere it's crazy and you or married. Like, that's weird. So
Yeah.
or I'm not gonna have you around a whole bunch of men and you married. Like, you feel me?
Yeah.
That's weird. So for someone to do that, that would be weird. It's literally like you not respecting my boundaries.
Yes.
Don't handle me like this. Um, yeah, girl. Because people
Yeah.
just, I don't know what it is though. Like, but sometimes like people will push and push and push and push and push and see how far you would allow them to go. No,
Yeah.
that's a red flag for
Know
sure.
your
Oh,
boundaries.
we should have had the red flag props. This is
I
the red
know,
flag.
like red flag,
We
flag on
should
the
have
freaking plate.
bandana. Red flag. Can we like add that in? This is the me throwing the red flag. Red flag. Yeah,
Red flag.
that's a red
No,
flag.
I don't know. And then I feel like going off on boundaries, it's crazy because my closest friend, I don't even have to tell them what my boundaries are. They kind of just know, like it's unspoken. Like,
Yeah,
oh, that's crossing the boundary. Like I don't have to tell them that's a boundary of mine. Like they just know. Like,
they know how to handle you,
yeah. So
basically.
so if somebody ever crosses me the wrong way, I'm like, okay, you don't know me. We aren't
Yeah,
friends. Like,
and it's so weird. Like, I don't like, maybe in like college more so, but like when you would see someone like disrespect someone's boundaries, for me it like makes me just so uncomfortable because
comfortable.
it's like,
Yeah.
clearly that's a boundary and you're crossing it. And I don't understand
Yes.
why you feel so comfortable crossing someone's boundaries and making them feel uncomfortable, and you're making me feel uncomfortable because I have to sit here and watch it, or like, or I can see it. Like, I don't know. Even when it comes to like girlfriends, so like I don't know. Be picky about your friends, bro.
Yes. Friend, all of them. Just be picky. It's okay to be picky, and don't ever let anybody tell you different. Be picky. Be choosy. But let's
Listen,
move on to red flag number 3.
here.
What you said?
I'm choosing over here. I'm choosing. And I don't get chose. I don't want to get chose. I'm choosing.
Well,
I'm
I
doing
chose you. I
things.
chose you. I
You
chose you to
chose
be my friend.
I,
Stop
first of
playing.
all, couldn't chose you. I couldn't get chose because I chose you. But for
Oh
real, I'm
goodness.
choosing. I'm choosing.
I am too. I guess we chose each other, right?
Right.
I think we did a good pick. I
Like,
give you sis.
it's very much you can't sit here vibes.
Besties, you can sit with us.
If you are worthy.
Stop.
All right, I'm just kidding. You guys, I'm literally just kidding.
Stop. Who are you?
But I know that my besties like know how to treat people.
Yes.
And I know that my besties like want to respect people's boundaries and want to give their all to the relationships that they choose to be a part of. Like, so that's what I mean. Like, if you're not doing those things, then honestly, like, rethink what you're doing. I'm not gonna say sit with us, but like, come harder, come correct for the people that you love.
Right. That's a big one. Let's move on to red flag number 3. Red flag or not. How do you feel about this?
What? Destiny.
If you're with someone, friend or guy, whatever you want to call it, and they can't take pictures with you, or they choose not to post you on social media. Red flag. Red flag.
Now, you know what? I'm gonna just say this. It depends, because some people are private. Some people don't post. I have the perfect exception to what we just said, and that is Megan Adams.
Okay.
She doesn't have Instagram. She doesn't. You get what I'm saying? So she doesn't post. So like, for somebody to trip on her for not posting them, it's kind of like she really just don't. She don't post herself. You feel me?
Yes.
And
but also with that, may would not say, "Oh, you can't take a picture of me, girl. I'm not going on nobody's social
Oh yeah,
media."
she's not gonna say that.
She's not gonna do that. Like,
The thing. This is what I was about to say. It's a red flag if someone can post everything on, like, they post on social media. They're very active on social media. They post everything around you, everything around them, but they don't post you. They never be like, hey, let's take a picture.
yes,
Oh, especially if it's like your partner. Because I feel like friendships, you don't really have that problem. You don't have that problem.
what does all that mean?
I'm just saying. But like relationships, like that's really that's a debate nowadays. Like for relationships, like I'm just telling you, sis, if that man could post everything else, he's not posting you for a reason. I don't know if that reason is in his DMs. I don't know if that reason is somewhere else across town. I don't know it, but I'm letting you know that he has a reason if he is one to like frequently post.
Yes. And on that same note, don't think because he posts you, they still aren't in his DM.
Oh,
Like, don't get it like twisted. We were just asking if he posts everything else, is he going to post you? If he doesn't, that's a red flag. But just because he posts you every once in a while doesn't mean he's holy, okay?
that is very true. So let me ask you this, because like I've told you this before. All right, so my ex. Okay, so I mean, I feel like we posted one another though, but we didn't have each other like plastered on our feeds. His reasoning was and I this is the only, like, this is what I mean, like, it wasn't a red flag for me because, and it just honestly wasn't, like, he wasn't doing anything, but it was because his Instagram was tailored, you know that it's tailored toward business.
Yes, his brand.
Like even his personal Instagram is tailored toward business. So he had a picture of me on his, probably like the first picture, but other than that, like there was no pictures of me on his post. But I can say that, like, if we were together or out or, whatever, he would post me on his story. And I would post him on my story. Not often, but I would post him on my story. What do you feel about that? Do you feel like your relationship should be branded into your business?
It depends on the business. If I'm a lifestyle blogger, obviously my relationship would be posted. But if I am more of a, I don't know, like fitness, if y'all aren't working out together, then I mean, I understand. Like, that doesn't go with his
on my page.
His aesthetic, yeah. And I even told you one time, like, this does not go with my aesthetic. Like, I'm posting you because of the podcast, but this is not what I post, you know?
Oh, yeah, because it doesn't. Because you post, like, your everyday.
Yeah.
Or, like, like, you post your husband and maybe, like, like, that type of ordeal. Like, family.
Yes.
I am your family.
You are. I mean, that's why it's still up there. But I did tell you that
I know you
color
did say that.
scheme,
Yeah.
It didn't flow, right? And so it's just branding, the way you show up for yourself, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't think I meant necessarily like on your, whatever it's called, your Instagram feed. I don't even know what it's called. But I mean, if he posting you on your story, I mean, it does go away in 24 hours. But if he saves it,
yeah, like, so it was never. That's what I'm trying. The point that I'm trying to make, that you are gonna know or get that feeling when someone is deliberately hiding their relationship with you. I never got that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was never the case. Because my man would show me off, baby. Like, for real. But that was never the case. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that was never the case. But I'm saying, like, that's something that's very different than someone who just literally, like, is not a private person. So they do post. They post frequently. They post everything that they love, everything that they care about, every time they're having fun. But they never post if they're having fun with you, that they love you, or that they care about you.
Right.
Like, that's kind of like a red flag, right?
Red flag.
That's
I agree.
Flag. That is a red flag. Like, that's a red flag for me. Don't make me be crazy and post a selfie on your. I'm joking. Post a selfie on your feed. Like, hello, yes, I exist. This is me. I'm joking, y'all. I'm joking too much in this way.
You made a comment earlier, now it's making me think. Do you have this issue with friends, like outside of relationship, like guy relationships? Do you have this issue with friends at all, or no?
I don't have this issue with friends. I really don't. I really don't have this issue with friends. No, I
I was
guess
just
like
curious.
almost like a. I don't have this issue with friends, but I guess it would be making sure you share the love.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that just making sure you share the love. Keep it balanced. Do you?
Yeah. I don't have this issue at all. Like,
Oh,
I don't.
at all. Okay.
I don't. Like,
People love to post you because you're just so darn just cute. Like, you're so gorgeous. Look at you. I want to post you now.
shut it, shut it.
Why would I like? I want to post you now.
No, but even like vice versa, like I'll post my friends. And I also have like a big dilemma with that too because I don't post as much as I should post. And I think we talked about this already too. Like,
Yes.
I don't post because, first of all, I don't like being prejudged. Like, I just don't. That's not my thing. And we won't even get to it into like it deep, but like, I could post more like, oh, I'm here or I'm there or I'm doing this, but I decided not to. Which I will start doing it because it doesn't
I
even
was just
matter.
about to say, since our conversation, I wanted to tell you, but continue because I'll tell you
Yeah,
after.
I don't. I shouldn't be worrying about what other people think or hiding what I'm doing because of the other way people feel or whatever. Walking
Yeah.
on eggshells in my life and hiding my blessings because people feel some type of way. But
Right.
that's a story for another day. But I
But
could post more of my friends or what I'm doing with my friends. I post selectively. Like when I'm just like, oh, like let me post this. Like intentionally, I don't just say, oh, I'm not going to post you because I don't want nobody to know I'm with you. Not
right.
that kind of thing. But it's just, I limit what I post and that's all.
Right.
I used to anyways.
Yeah. And so I want to just say that, bro, and like it's a weird space, like social media, because you don't want to like overshare, but then you also like, like naturally we post because hopefully you have a following of people that you actually like really, mess with, and they mess
Right.
with you. But there are the followers that just there to see.
Yes.
But what I want to say is like, yeah, just do what you want to do always, because at the end of the day, they do what they want to do. And
Yes.
if people are really weighing in on something, it only means a few things, but I'm not going to say what it means. Whoo, Laura, we shady this episode. Nah, we really not. We're not. It's not shade, but it's like, like some things are really, you just
People
you
don't
just
talk
don't.
about it.
Yeah, and it's like why? Why does it have to be this way?
Yeah.
But let's roll on to the next one, sis, because we have a few to get through. All right, so that was a really good one because that's such a red flag nowadays. Like, that's such a red flag. Or even like, I would never want to be, and I'm not judging. I'm not judging, ladies. I'm not judging. But this is my last statement about the not posting or being able to post your partner or being able to not post your partner. I would never want to like have to be that person that stoops to the putting the emoji over someone's face. Like that's not giving. That's giving. I want to post this person. I want to be with this person, but I can't fully be with them, or I can't post them. It's like it gives like a you're in a cage vibe.
Yeah. Hold
Like, you
on.
can't.
But what if it's the type of people that they post, but they only post like a hand or like a foot? Like you're on the beach, but they only post your foot. Like, how do
Okay,
you feel
so
about
that,
that?
all right. So even that, I don't know, because that's different. I feel like that's a little bit different because it may be like a, some people just like to give people a little bit,
Uh-huh,
but they
uh-huh.
don't like to give, like, it's like some people like to give people just enough. And I kind of like when people do that somewhat. It's like, he's here, we are here, but you don't need to be in our business like that.
That. Mm-hmm. Okay, I was just curious.
I don't know. I don't know if that's the same.
It
It
may not be the
has-
same. I don't know. Let us know. Do you think that's the same? Should he be just posting your foot on the beach or just your hand when you're getting ice cream or
or like
something?
your hand on his neck.
Like, is that a thing?
Oh
Like,
yeah.
like I know,
Or
like
like
they
you
say
sitting
you make
somewhere,
moves
but
in
you silent.
silence. Yeah, like how they be like, oh, big boss moves in silence. I understand all that, but like,
It
is
is
that
kind of.
enough for you? And I'm not saying it's not. I'm just asking, like, because you may do it to him. Like, oh, I'm not posting him on my whole story or whatever. Like, I'll just show
But
enough.
you know what they say though? People say, I don't even care if I'm happy. Like, I could be the happiest, but I'm not posting this person because women say this because men always make you look crazy in the end. So they be like, you know what? I don't have to change anything. I don't have to delete no pictures. When the day comes that he makes me look crazy, I don't have to change anything. And you know what? When I'm recently single, and then when I looked at my Instagram page, I said, "Thank God, I didn't have to delete anything."
I understand.
So I don't know,
This is.
but I
I
really,
think. I think we're only gonna make it through four, and then they're gonna have to come back for a part two to finish this red flags because
this is kind of long.
it's kind of long, and I mean, we can't cut it short and we can't rush it.
Yeah,
So it's
you
going
want
to
to
be
do
a
one
part
more?
two. We're going to do all of it, but they're going to have to come back again
Okay, I like it.
for part
Because
two.
there's a lot of red flags that we have to be aware of. Like, be aware of these things.
Like, take it, see it, and run, sister. Like, there is no need to stay if there's red flags. Like, honestly, I don't think it's going to get better. If anything, it's going to get worse.
They always reoccur, and they reoccur like way worse than the first time because it's like you've already given them that, you've like basically extended the leash.
Yes.
So it's like
And
they
if you
just
keep letting
waiting
it
to,
slide, they're going to be like, oh, I can get away with it. I can get away with it. Like,
or
nah.
they literally think that you don't really care that they're doing these things. So
Yes.
no, you have to set your boundaries. And I know we all still learning because I know it's a learning process, and
It is.
personally, like, I am still learning. Like, I can 100% say that I am still learning to
Same.
stay firm in the things that I believe, the things that I value, and just protecting my space and protecting my energy, and not
Hmm.
allowing myself to like sway from my values because something is competing for me, or you get what I'm saying? Because a lot of times that's when you get tricked out of your position.
I agree wholeheartedly. Like,
Process.
it is for all of us. And, like, it may be different. Like, so we want you to know, like, you may not experience this right now in your relationship, but if you ever come across a new friend or a new partner and you
Yeah,
may see these things, like, take it for what it's worth and run with it. Like, you don't have to stay in these relationships, friendships, whatever you want, like, whatever it's called. Like, don't do it. It's very toxic and it's very dangerous, and it really affects your mental health. And at the end of the day, like, your mental health is most important.
yeah.
Um,
I also have something to add. Sometimes that these red flags will not be so like in your face clear.
yeah.
And then also, just because a person is like adding value to your life, like, you get what I'm saying, like we talked about in the beginning, um, that can still be the same person that isn't respecting your boundaries, or it's just like has those red flags, or one of those red flags that we talked about, or even another one. But like just understand that a person can add value and also have those red flags. And then in those instances, understand that you are going to be stuck in the same place, like right in the middle. And you want to be with people that you are moving forward with versus like being stuck and stagnant. Like you don't ever want to be just stuck on the fence. So yeah. So that's also something that I am learning personally. Like, yeah, this person has all these great attributes, but these bad ones, like I really just I can't with those. I can't. So yeah, guys, it's tough out here, but we doing it, baby.
We doing it. We rocking and rolling.
We rocking and rolling.
Let's go to number 4, and then we can wind down a little bit.
Okay.
And then we'll pick it back up.
Okay, let's do it. Okay, so sis, or you, because I think I asked the last one.
I don't remember. But number 4, red flag number 4. They dismiss your problems but expect you to understand theirs. I say it's a red flag. Or a yellow flag at least. Like,
it's a red flag. Because you know that's what that says. I want you to deal with my stuff, but there's no way that I would deal with any of your shortcomings. Like, you feel me?
Yeah.
And that goes back again. Back to red flag number 1, one-sided.
Yes. That's a good point. No, seriously. I agree. If they can't sit there and like listen to your problems and like help you get through whatever you're going through, but they expect you to be there for everything for them, like that is not good, and they won't ever change.
And then also it becomes draining. Like that sounds and seems draining on me. Like, you know, those people, like, and I hate to say it, but like those people that may call you or text you and it's like you dread it because it's like, what's going on now? What's going on now? What?
Yeah.
And before you know it, your mood has changed because they didn't emptied all this on you. But most times that's not the same person that you can call or like your go-to when you in a jam.
Yeah.
And that's not
that ain't it.
That's not, yeah. And I don't know. You don't want to be that person. Like, you want to be a good friend. You want to be a good partner. So you have to learn to like give and take. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, sis. What do you feel like about someone who doesn't has zero understanding when it comes to like your mishaps or your problems? Meaning like they seem like they make it seem like it's just like, or like they try to make your problems small, like try to minimize them.
I feel like I went through that like a lot, to be honest. Like with friendships, at least. Oh, your destiny. You know, like you're gonna get through it. You got it. Like it's nothing big. Like people have bigger problems. Like, but my problem is still my problem. You know. So it may seem small to you, but it's big to me. And if you can't like help me get through it, then I mean, you aren't my friend. Like big or small, you're supposed to be there. And what's your problem? It seems ginormous. It may be ginormous, but like I'm there every step of the way to help you through it. So my small problem should be an ease to you. Like, but I mean, I feel like I got that a lot, and they are not here for a reason. Like, it's a red flag, and they would continue to do it. Like, I didn't cut them off immediately. Obviously, I was still learning and still am learning. But I know it was a red flag when I first like seen it, and then like as I would go through more things in life, they just wouldn't be there, or it would just not be a factor to them. Like when I go through something, you know.
Yeah.
So like that's how I knew it was gonna continue, because they just didn't understand. like they just dismiss everything. It's like, oh, you're gonna get through it. You get through everything. Like, whatever that superwoman shit. Like I'm human, and
Yeah.
so like I needed that friend to be there, and they weren't. So you're dismissed.
Yeah. I know this is probably not even realistic, but like when people always assume that like you don't have any problems or your problems are like mediocre, like they just like, girl, that's what you're dealing with, that's our problem.
Right.
I always did appreciate like, or maybe like you may be the type of person that it's hard for you to share when you are actually having a problem.
Mm-hmm.
I did like appreciate those friends that or like partners that can like sense that something is off with you.
Yeah.
Like it's like you don't even have to say it. Like they can sense. Do you feel like Cam can like sense when something's like wrong with you, to where you don't even have to say it? He's like,
What's wrong?
"What's wrong?" Like, no, something's wrong. Like, let's talk to me about it. Like, I always say appreciate those people.
All the time. And then even like I know Cameron does it all the time. Like he just knows me like the back of his hand. Like if I come home, if he comes home and it's just like even my facial expressions are a certain way. He's like, okay, what's wrong? Like that's just him. But even in friendships, I feel like, well, used to, because I don't. We communicate properly now, or not we, but like in general, like I communicate with my friends really well. But if I was holding something in from a friend and I was texting different, that friend would be like, "Hey, what's wrong? Like
Oh,
you
yeah.
texting dry, or you not being yourself, or we'll be linking up or something." And it's just like I'm not myself, and they'd be like, "Okay, what's wrong?" But that's before I knew how to communicate. Like what I was feeling and being just open and honest all the way, always. Um, but those
Yeah.
friends like just know when something's wrong and they're there to solve it. So,
Yeah.
hey, what's wrong with you? You good? Like,
Yeah, and
but
it is important to be able to communicate like what's wrong with you, and also
yes,
be self-aware, because sometimes you don't even know what's wrong with you. So like, like we talk about all the time, that self-awareness and that communication is really important.
yeah,
Um, and it takes a weight off of your relationships. It doesn't leave room for assuming, guessing. It's You can holler at me, like let me know what's up with you, bro.
yeah.
Or sis. Sorry.
Okay, broski. I feel like we
One
call
of
each
the
other
broskies.
everything under the sun, dude. Like, she my
Yeah,
sister, she my brother, she my bestie. Like, she just everything.
I'm
Like,
her soulmate.
everything.
What's that song you sent me earlier?
YouTube gonna flag us. Chill out, chill out.
All right. All right, guys. So yeah, let's get into the wind down, because I know this is a long episode. This is going to be a long episode, but we really have a lot to talk about when it comes to red flags, and it's so important, like in our relationships, to notice those things, and then also like do some management, like relationship management or inventory. Who
Yes.
feeding into you? Who is literally just sucking the life out of you? Who, yeah, like, is helping you grow? Who cares about you? Who's honest with you? Who's helping your spirituality? And just like you, a well-rounded individual, is like, it's so important. I feel like I'm the happiest when I have like good, genuine friendships and relationships. Um, yeah, you really add to my happiness every single day. But you're annoying. No, I was just kidding. But yeah, like for real, guys. So it's like super important. So this is probably the third time that you guys can hear us talk about relationships in some form, and it will not be the last time, because ladies, besties, we need to be mindful of our circle, just in general. Like, be mindful. Your friends can make or break you.
Yes, they can.
So wind down. We are gonna play a little game with you guys, and it's basically like which friend would do this thing. This like,
And if you guys agree or disagree, like, oh, If I say yes, that would be me. If you disagree, like let us know. Like, no, I think that would be Yasmin. Yasmin does this or something like
Okay.
that. Let us know down below if you disagree with our answers, okay?
All right, that's so you can run this.
All right. Let's wind down. Grab your wine or your coffee, whatever
Or
you want.
your HBO
Water.
sponsorship. So
Water. Last, on the beach, we were sponsored by Truly's.
grab your hard seltzer right now. Go to your nearest convenience store and grab your hard seltzer. It's 0.5% alcohol.
Truly's are good. Actually,
like 0 calories. I'm just kidding. It's not zero, but
no, it's low, very low calories. If you guys have not tried the margarita kind, go try them. We really aren't sponsored, but I feel like we drink them enough to be sponsors at this point. And then we tried the poolside ones. It's like poolside deck or whatever it is, for the first time, and they were pretty good. So
I don't know if it's like a limited thing or whatever. So if it is, and you like Truly's, go pick up a poolside box.
Yes,
you're welcome, Truly.
You're welcome.
Email us. I'm just kidding. All right, for real.
Okay, so who is the friend to make an itinerary? Yeah, it would be me. I would make the itinerary. I feel like I'm very much Virgo. Like I like to be very detail oriented. Like have everything planned out.
Her whole calendar for the year is planned.
That's just me.
5 times a week. When are we shooting again? What are we shooting? What do we need to do?
If she would just accept my calendar invites, it wouldn't be a problem. I'm trying to put her on to all these things, and she's just like, I don't check my calendar. I just go with the flow. Like,
spirit. Yeah, that's actually me. But that you will definitely have the itinerary, and I will 100% be grateful that you did it. I'm like, yes, we got this planned out. Let's roll. How we ready?
Okay, so who's a friend to overpack on vacation? I don't know.
I feel like that might be both of us. It's 100% me.
Yeah, like you came here for a weekend. You had like a freaking suitcase galore.
I came there for a weekend and I had 3 bags when all I needed was a swimsuit.
Swimsuit and pajamas. That's literally it.
Like all I needed was a swimsuit. That's it.
Because that's all we did was like be at the pool and at the beach and chill. Like it was such a chill weekend. That's like
we should have filmed. I told Des that we should have filmed while we were together. We've been together almost every single weekend. Literally. Almost since we started the podcast.
Literally.
We've been together almost every weekend since we started the podcast, and we have not been filming. But together. Also at the same time, I think it's just we've been enjoying the moments together.
Yes.
Start together.
Yes, I do agree. But it's crazy because a lot of these things that we talk about or they want to hear about is what like we talk about like on a regular basis. And so like if we literally had like a camera like hidden, like you guys would have your episodes right there because this is how we talk to each other. Like
it's so weird because probably our talks off camera are probably like way better than our podcast content. If I had to like judge, I don't know, but that's just like us in our natural element. Like
yeah, it's crazy. And we have no filters, especially if we have been drinking. So we have to actually come to you sober. It's not that we get drunk often, but we want to give you sober thoughts and real life facts and knowledge, not just.
And we're actually laying off the alcohol right now.
Yes.
Oh. Or trying. I'm trying. Look, I'm trying, but yeah.
Get it Truly. We literally only had one. Really? I think we had one at dinner one night. Like you had a margarita and I had like a Texas sweet tea.
Oh yeah, you had that Texas tea. Yeah.
Yeah. But okay. The next one. Who would be the friend to get arrested first? Yasmin.
I'm definitely saying Destiny.
Yasmin,
It's
hands
so
down.
you.
Me?
What would I get arrested for, Destiny?
What would I get arrested for?
I feel like I honestly feel like that you can turn up way more than me. I'm not saying
Okay.
I'm talking about like you. I feel like you will get arrested like if in a heated situation, if need be, like, but I can't really put a. I don't feel like I get arrested, bro. Honestly, I'm too cool, calm, and collected, but also like just like a.
Do you know my line name is composed? I'm always very composed.
Okay,
Um,
my line name is Corundum. I'm hard as a rock, baby. I hold it down. I hold it down.
okay, whatever. I still think Yasmin would get arrested first. She was
Okay.
the one that actually made us steal a car, and we got in some big trouble. Um, so if we would have gotten like the police involved, we would have got arrested because of her. And then we'll just go to the next question.
And I'm just gonna say that
So,
you're the one who would be so about it to like for like during homecoming and stuff. So who really would get arrested?
okay, so we have gotten stopped by the cops before, but we never got arrested.
Oh yeah. Okay, you know what? I don't think either one of us will get arrested,
Yeah,
sis.
I think we would actually talk ourselves out of it. Um, Thankfully,
Right?
we're blessed enough to have some sense to talk our way out of it. We
Yeah.
do get in trouble, but not enough to get arrested, I don't think.
Not enough to get arrested.
Okay. Who is the friend that sends the first text? I think we both send texts. Like,
That's the boat. And I actually really love that you like uh just like attack the day style good morning text message, because I always feel like I send those messages to people, but I don't really have anyone that like would just send me anything like that. So every time you send it to me, I'm like, oh, thank you.
every time my name comes across your phone, you're like, ah, I already know it.
Whatever. Yeah, I think we both. Yeah, we both do that for each other.
Thank you. Um, and that's what you should be doing with your friends. Like, I shouldn't have to text you all the time, like we said earlier,
Yeah,
and you shouldn't be texting me. Like, it should be a mutual thing.
yeah.
Um,
But
who's the friend to upgrade their phone the most?
I would have to say you, only because I have an upgraded phone right now. I have the 13 Pro, but before that, I don't. I just don't like. I hope. Like, I love my phone. I get like this relationship with my phone. It's like I don't want to have to like transfer stuff and whatever. But I needed this camera for my content, so that's why I got this one.
Actually, I do upgrade my phone a lot. I literally had a 12, but when we read together, my phone had got stolen.
She literally got pickpocketed.
We were at a place that you guys shouldn't probably go to. I'm just joking. Don't even. I'm not even gonna say that. Y'all, if
Do
y'all go
not
to
go to.
Houston, go to Bottle Blonde. I mean, they got good drinks. They're pretty affordable, but they will take your phone.
If you're keep your phone in your hand, like they literally are going in your daggers. And this girl was in the
And
club
trench coat.
with a trench coat on. She was asking for somebody to steal her phone.
Dude, I always go in Bottle Blonde like that. Like, literally ask anybody.
Oh yeah, I know she got that 13.
And I didn't even have it, and they took my stuff, bro. They
And
took
it's
it.
so crazy. Hold on, let me just say this. Right before her phone was stolen out of her pocket, someone literally said, "Y'all hold on to your phones because they be stealing phones up in here," or something like that. Everyone is holding on to their phone. Destiny put hers in that church coat.
Cause that's what I always do. I literally always, like, always. But
Always, always, always made an ass out of you.
It's actually Cameron's fault. Let me tell you why. Because he didn't want to be with us.
Mm-hmm.
So
Oh yeah, he didn't.
he didn't want to be our bodyguard. So that's really his fault that somebody went and got my shit or my stuff. I'm sorry.
It took. Yeah. All right. Cool.
All right, let that be the last one because we're already at an hour.
Okay.
But guys, we are not finished with the red flags. Like we have so many more red flags to talk about. Um, we have more wind down questions to go through. Come back for part 2 because we are going to give it to you. Okay. We just want to say thank you guys as always. Make sure you like this video if you're on the podcast website. Make sure you follow us to always get notified when we drop some new content. You guys can text us like always, DM us, comment down below, whatever it is. We appreciate all your feedback. We love to talk to you guys, and just as always, we're so thankful and we love you guys. Bye,
Love you.
besties.
Bye.